Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Erin and today is Book Review Friday. However, today's book review is going to be a tiny bit different. So usually I review a horror book, or I mean most of the time it's horror. I think I've done one book that's not horror. It was like a romance book, which was like so out of the ordinary for me. But usually I do horror book reviews. But today we're going to be talking about a horror manga. And this is Tomie by Junji Ito. And if you don't know who Junji Ito is, and you like horror and you like manga, please look him up. He is a phenomenal horror manga artist, writer. He is so talented. He's so good, but we'll get into that. But this is Tomie, and Tomie is probably one of his more famous works, I believe. That's what I hear a lot about. It's also one of his biggest. So this is actually the deluxe edition of Tomie. So this has every story about Tomie in it, I'm pretty sure. And this has, I think, 19 stories inside of it. So it's very interesting. I have a lot to say about Tomie. It's different. It's very different. Junji Ito, I found out about him a few months ago. I was at Hot Topic actually, and I was talking to one of the workers, and she introduced me to Junji Ito because I was looking at one of his t-shirts, and I was like, oh my god, this looks like a horror t-shirt. And she was like, yeah, he writes horror manga. And I was like, what? Excuse me? How have I not heard of this guy? So I went into this spiral of buying everything he writes. I have a bunch of his shirts. I just really like anything that has to do with horror, and I've just found that Junji Ito is so good at doing horror. Nonetheless, we're talking about Tomie today. So I obviously cannot give you a rundown of every single chapter. I mean, I could. It would take me forever though. So I'm basically just going to give you a brief synopsis, pretty much the first chapter, and then kind of explain what the story is about, and then give you guys my thoughts. So it's pretty typical, pretty standard for my book reviews, just a tiny bit different because this is a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to talk about every single story in this collection. So the very first story or chapter or whatever you want to call it in this deluxe edition is about Tomie's death. And it starts out with her classmates and her school and her teachers all talking about her death and talking about how sad it is and how horrific it was and just how really sad it is. Her body was found cut up in pieces and she was just scattered all around. No one knew who did this to her or what happened or anything. They just didn't know what happened. While everyone is talking about her, she actually shows up to class in one piece, perfectly fine, and kind of like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what's going on? And everyone's kind of like, aren't you dead? Like, how did this happen? It is then revealed after she comes back and everyone's acting funny around her, and it just seems weird. She's kind of questioning why everyone is acting weird around her and she doesn't quite know what's going on. It is revealed that at a class field trip, Tomie was flirting with their teacher because they had been having relations together, and the boy that liked Tomie kind of freaks out on her and is like, why are you doing this? This is disgusting. He slaps her. He's very mean to her, and he ends up making her fall off a cliff. And so the logical thing that they do is they decide not to call for help. They decide to cut her body up, scatter it around, and act like they don't know what happened because they don't like her. They're like, she got what's coming to her, no one likes her, no one will miss her, it's fine, it's no big deal. And I'm kind of like, what? That was your first instinct, to cut her up because she fell off a cliff? Like, what is going on in this story? That's the very first chapter, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be this kind of story, is it? interesting. So Tomie wants revenge on the classmates and the teacher, obviously, because what they did is super messed up. I mean, like, I know Tomie is not a great person, which we'll get into, but did she really deserve that? Nope. So this is where the story of Tomie starts. That's the first chapter, the first story, and then you find out more about her. Obviously, I'm not going to go into too many details about the stories and what happens within them because I don't want to give too much away, because it's a very interesting series. It's a very interesting concept, and I want you guys to check it out for yourself if you like it. So let me get into some other plot details that aren't going to ruin the story for you, but I think you guys should know. So Tomie is a succubus, which I think is kind of funny. I mean, you know, it's funny because you just don't expect it, because I'm pretty sure she's like a teenager. She's like pretty young, so to be a succubus, I think that's kind of funny. I think of a succubus as a like grown woman, I guess, not like a teen, but I just think it's kind of funny that she's a succubus. So she makes boys and men fall in love with her. She uses her beauty and her looks to consume men and have them fall head over heels in love with her. So Tomie's character, she's actually a spoiled brat. She really likes getting her way. She likes expensive things. She likes nice things. She's very obsessed with her own beauty. She thinks she is the most stunning creature in the entire universe. And she likes to cause trouble and ruin lives. That's her MO. That's what she likes to do. That's just who she is. She's also obsessed with capturing her beauty, like in paintings and photographs and stuff like that. She really wants everyone to know how freaking beautiful she is. She wants everyone to know, and it to be this whole thing that will live on forever because she's so magnificent. She also likes to antagonize men. She'll antagonize anyone really, but men especially. She likes to call them worthless and bad at whatever they do. She likes to really demean them, and they end up falling more in love with her when she does this, which is strange. However, the men become so consumed by her and so in love with her that they end up killing her. So they cut her up and they kill her. You think that would stop her. However, no, she regenerates every time she is killed. There are actually also multiple Tomies because every time she dies, she will regenerate. So if like her fingers get cut off, each finger will become a Tomie. So there are multiple Tomies running around. They actually know about each other too. Like there are times where a Tomie will run into another Tomie and they'll try to get men to kill the other one for each other because they don't want another Tomie. They want to be the only Tomie. Things always work out in her favor as well, obviously, because she's like a succubus, but it's just funny because sometimes you feel really bad for her, but then you kind of realize like what she is and who she is, and she doesn't really deserve it sometimes. I don't know, she's just like not a nice person, but also some of the things that happen to her also really suck, but she's also a succubus, so you know. All 19 different stories in this deluxe edition are so good. I loved them all. There wasn't one that I was like, this could have been taken out. I didn't really care for it or anything like that. I loved every single story. I liked the whole idea of Tomie. I liked that she came back to life. I like that she was just always there, always winning. She just got revenge on pretty much everybody who did her dirty all the time. Like, it was just funny. I liked to see that. She was an interesting character. She was kind of annoying sometimes though because of how spoiled and like rude she is, but I really did enjoy reading every single story. It was so fun, and the whole story as a whole is so interesting, and Junji Ito just knows what he's doing. He knows how to do horror. It's I don't know how his mind works. It's very fascinating. He just knows how to write the way he writes, and his pictures are always so crazy. Like, oh my gosh, his artwork is phenomenal. So if you haven't checked out Junji Ito and you like manga and you like horror, please do it. It's really, really good. He's fantastic. Overall, I had a lot of fun reading Tomie. It was really easy to read, really easy to get sucked into. The stories are all very interesting and captivating. The artwork is beautiful, like I just said a million times. Overall, I really, 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 really liked Tomie. I have a few more other things to read by him, but this was a really good one. So I'm really excited for the other stuff because he knows what he's doing. How many times can I say that? But he knows what he's doing, you know? Okay guys, that's all I have to say about Tomie. Obviously there's a lot more to the story, but I don't want to give a lot away. I'm trying not to spoil things. I'm just trying to give you some facts and some things that will reoccur so you have an idea of what you would get into if you read Tomie. If you have read Tomie, let me know down below so we can talk about it because that would be fun. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It lets me know if you are liking the content that I am putting out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or if you want to. Hopefully you want to, if you like this video. I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. I already said that, but you know. And yeah guys, that's gonna do it for Book Review Friday today. A little bit different. It's like Manga Review Friday today. So yeah, if you like me to review manga, let me know in the comments down below. I will definitely keep it up. I have a few more mangas that I could read and review on the channel. So yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!